was racing Redbud, thinking about everything. I'm like, dude, this is scary. You know, I'm thinking so much that I'm not present. I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And then I had a bike malfunction the next week. Had one of my worst concussions, and then at that point I was like, no, that's it.
Just send dude, more sensitive topic. So tell me to pound sand if I bring up stuff that's like you don't want to rehash. Was this easier to get over because it was not a mistake on your end? You know, like it just was bad luck when Ryan Morales landed on you. I remember watching it and just was in disbelief because of just how well you were riding. And yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I ever got over it. You know, I found ways to cope, you know, but I don't think I was really truly ever the same rider after that. You know, I still rode hard, but there was a sense of fear that I had after that was, and I think being that there was nothing that I could do about it was almost worse. You know, it was like, you know, when you analyze a crash or something, I mean, you know, I'm watching this video, like, well, I don't know what I really could have done a whole lot different other than, you know, I'm trying to pull off the track at some point, but I'm kind of like stuck. And so it's almost harder because I'm like, I was doing the cautious right thing and it's like a bomb got dropped. So that was hard for me. You know, it was a scary injury, just spinal injury, all those things. But I mean, there's not a time that I doubled or triple after that I didn't, you know, do a huge 180, like what's coming for me, you know? So yeah, if there's one thing that I wish I could have seen, I wish I could have, wish I could have experienced my career without that injury. I think it would have been different, but it was one of the best personal growth things that I went through. But I never raced another race the same, I think, after that injury. You know, there's I think there's a misconception that I kind of like came back and that was just in the past and I moved forward full steam ahead. And that just wasn't the case. I mean, it was the whole next year I was really hard just to even line up on the gate. So, yeah, that whole PTSD thing, I talked to, when I was on Pulp, Levi Kitchen was on and he was talking about his crash at Daytona and it made me think, you know, like I wasn't the only one that has this kind of like almost PTSD kind of moments. It's a real thing. And I think it's probably easy to see riders in the pits and they're cracking jokes and having fun. But it sits in the back of your head. I mean, it's really hard. That's why I think it's so impressive what Ken's done. And I know it sits in the back of his head. But he's kind of reinvented himself post this horrible crash. So it's hard. I guess to say it's really hard. And I don't think that I really ever kind of came out the other side of that unscathed.
It's, you know, there's that saying of success is when preparation meets opportunity. And when I look at somebody like yourself, yes, you've had success. You've had massive amounts of success. And so don't take what I'm saying as like way too literal. I'm just saying that we could have, I'm heartbroken when I see stuff like that because I expected you to win a 450 Supercross championship, at least one. You know,
Yeah.
like you had so much adversity that was not talent based. It was just fucking bad luck, you know, that kind of took you out of the game. And then I look at somebody like Dungey, who was never really the fastest guy, but he ended up being really lucky at times, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just how it was. Like I considered you more talented and faster, but you know, how many times do you have to get up from getting knocked down, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, Rob, like the work it takes to build a certain base is really hard, man. It's like it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have to continually hit this reset button, taking 10 weeks off, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
to then again start and rebuild a base. It's like that's one of my. I wish I could have raced my career and not had to constantly rebuild, because I think I would have been physically speaking, like endurance wise, strength wise. I think I would have been a far superior athlete than I was. You know, not to mention all the stuff you put in your body every time you have surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I could have seen that. I wish I could have seen the riding progress too. I think that's one of the reasons Ryan Dungey was so good. It's because he strung so many years together of just consistency. You know, I don't think it was ever about the coach, as far as, you know, he's always seen as a very fit guy. I think he's got some great natural gifts physically. But that time that he strung together of being healthy, it just, to me, I really wish I could have had that.